So I just want to tell you a little bit about the place. Thank some of our sponsors, and thank you as well for being here. So, we're open. So, for many of you guys who've ever been here before, hopefully you've seen that we've improved the place. Right? So before I begin, I wanted to thank our sponsors who made this all possible, who make it so that we can do the great work that we do. We're a passionate group of people that really want to make a difference and make a difference in this part of the city. We want to make sure the South and West Side is part of the conversation when it comes to technology, it comes to entrepreneurship and innovation. First, we want to thank Google. So where's our Googlers? They tend to hang together, so we just have to make sure we have to identify where they are. But thank you again, Google, as part of our sponsor. Right Size, where's the Right Size? I'll tell you a quick story about Right Size. Right Size was our first sponsor that helped make this all possible. Because once again, when we first moved in this place, we're very, very, very grassroots. So we needed tables. We need chairs. We need some kind of decoration to make this seem like the place that we wanted it to be. So they gave us a tremendous donation. They gave us about 100 chairs. They gave us a bunch of tables. That benching station that's over there, they gave us that. And they just said, you know what, we believe in what you're doing. We believe in you. So we're going to go and help you guys out and help us get to that next level. And that made a tremendous difference in us getting started. Because before we were on plastic chairs. So you imagine trying to convince somebody to sit on a plastic chair for 8 hours and talk about technology. Not that easy. So this was a tremendous, tremendous thing that they were able to do. And where's my Kirkland people? Thank you, Kirkland and Ellis. They make sure that if anything goes wrong, you guys slip, that we're protected. So, but no, Kirkland, Esther, as well, she did our logo. She did our logo. So very talented, but she's also an attorney as well. So one thing about the logo, and in terms of that process of trying to put it together, we knew that when we started, we didn't have all the bells and whistles that we wanted, right? We knew that we had a vision and we wanted to work with people and we wanted to move things forward in a very, very tangible way. So we told everybody, hey, this is what it looks like today, but this is what it's going to look like tomorrow. Some people bought into it and never came, and some people never came back and said good luck, right? So our logo, what it represents is this whole idea of building, the whole idea of putting stuff together, building community, building people, building opportunities, and bridging that opportunity gap that once again affects so many folks, right? So once again, this is a tremendous opportunity to be here, and also it's tremendous to have you all here as well. So I also want to thank our other sponsors, from the Energy Foundry, where you know all that. Cashier Live, yes, there is Tom. Thank you, thank you. Where's Pierre with Zamaya? I didn't put your logo in because it just got it. Thank you as well for all your support as well. Also, where's Framework Communications? Where's John? Where's John? Thank you. And John, he doesn't know we're related, but we really are. So you may not see it at first glance, but John has been tremendous in helping us with our communications, with our strategy, and some of the different things that we want to move forward. So thank you as well. Also want to thank Professor Murphy. Where are you? Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Professor Murphy is a professor at DePaul University. He brought me on board for the Social Enterprise Collaborative, which is an organization that, once again, wants to try to find more social entrepreneurs, and how do we foster that in the DePaul University campus? And we want to say, hey, how do we foster more of that here? So we can use technology to solve problems. We can use technology to be an enabling force for so many things to happen. So thanks, Professor Murphy, I'll call him today. It's been just tremendous and just keeping my mind together sometimes about this whole process. Where's Miss Paige Piper? Yes, thank you. She's been tremendous in her support financially. She sends us emails every once in a while, and she's just been tremendous in, once again, keeping our spirits high. Because the one thing about trying to do this in a part of town that more people don't think technology can grow from is that you have a lot of cynicism, right? You have a lot of folks that don't think you can do it. And to have her support and the support of so many of you all here today has been tremendous. Did I forget? Oh, it's the Hive, folks. Where's Elsa? Elsa? Is she here? Okay, well, thank you to the Hive Network as well for their support. So, before you guys leave, can you please hashtag it up with BLUE1647. We have a real cool project taking data visualization of the number of tweets we receive and putting it in a real cool thing that'll always be updating so everybody can take a look at it. So before you leave, please hashtag away. And if you come in here, hashtag away again. And we'll, so we're BLUE1647. I don't want to go through too much with this presentation because I really love the energy and I really love to just speak to you guys one-on-one. But this is where we came from, if you can see the picture, right? So imagine trying to convince someone that this was going to be this, right? A tough conversation, right? We didn't have all the money in the world. We had the support of Peter Jackson, who was tremendous in helping us get this thing going. And we just took a look at the space and said, you know what, this could be a gold mine. This could be a gold mine. And we had this feeling the entire time that this could be a great place. But once again, it took a lot of work. A lot of work to make it what it is today. And one of the interesting things in terms of, and where's Rojo, the DJ, but also the amazing artist that's part of BLUE1647. He did a majority of this work that's in here today. So this is kind of his open canvas, and I try to convince him with drinks and pizza and other things to share his talent with us. And we've been very fortunate to be able to have him on board and for all the things that we've been able to do. So, you know, one of the things that I always look back to and that kind of motivates me when it's those tough times, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and everybody else is asleep and no one to tweet and no one to update Facebook, no pictures of their vacation that I can take a look at to try to live through people. I take a look at some different quotes. One of the things, I won't say who said it, you can Google it and find out, but there's no talent in the Pilsen community. Right? So as soon as after we in fact launched, you know, that was one thing that came out. And that's a motivating force, right? Because once again, what is talent, right? Are we fostering the same opportunities we're giving everybody else? Oh, I also want to recognize Michael as well. Raise your hand, please. Yes, don't be shy, don't be shy. Today is the first day I've ever met Michael. I met him through Twitter or some social channel, but he promotes the heck out of us, right? I'm sure he's probably tweeted all you all, and he's probably replied everybody. He does everything he can to try to promote what we're doing in our vision, so I'm thankful for him. Another thing that we read that was obviously referencing us, there's nothing against women or minority entrepreneurs. We don't need another startup incubator. Entrepreneurship is all about merit. No one cares who you are or where you come from. All right. The next one, if they have a meeting downtown and they want a space and they don't think 40 people will come out to Pilsen, I think we have more than 40 here, right? I'd like to initially work with them without saying the only cool place to have downtown, we need to have 4 token black guys and 5 Hispanics. Wow. I'm impressed too. So this is our space. This is our community. We have a great group, a great team that works too hard. This is Kenneth Watkins. So for anybody who comes here, we know that he's the most important person here, and I'm far from that. Kenneth is also the person that stays up more hours than I do, and I can't compete with this guy. So I find myself trying to figure out, all right, how do I stay up to compete? Because this guy is outworking me right now. So Kenneth has been tremendous for everything that we're doing. So here's some pictures, and it gives an idea of kind of the community we're fostering. So some of the things you'll see is different ethnicities, different people, different ages. We want to create an ecosystem. Because there's so many programs that are out there that only focus on youth, that only focus on adults. We wanted to build this ecosystem and build this ecosystem together to make it something so that youth can see adults and be inspired. We want adults to see youth and say, hey, that's my next person to help me on my project. So why did we start this? We wanted to expand the technology community in Chicago. We felt like it was too closely aligned with River North downtown. There's nothing wrong with that, but we wanted to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to get an appreciation for all the technology development and all the jobs and all the opportunities. So when I talk to people who may say, you know, we're not technology inclined, I barely know how to check my email, we say, you know what? This is about workforce development. This is about jobs. These are about the future opportunities. And our youth are using these platforms, but they have to create for these platforms to in fact use. And that's a really inspiring thing for us. The second one is, you know, we wanted to make sure that the diversity of the tech community represented the city. The great thing about this city is that we have so many different types of people here, right? In this audience today, so many different types, and we want to make sure that's reflected. Because I believe, and this is what I'm banking my whole life on, is that innovation, in fact, is going to come from putting different people together who are building something, finding new solutions, and being able to do it in an interesting, cool way. Because once again, if everybody comes up with the same idea and just works on it, that's not great. But if you have different people with different ideas and different backgrounds and different experiences, and we put it together to solve the problems that are in our community, but also at the community at large for Chicago or Illinois or for the world, for that matter. Our big, hairy goal that we kind of talk about all the time is, you know, why are we doing this? And I talk to Peter all the time. Peter has chewed me out many times in trying to get this thing going, but he's been a great supporter of everything that we're in fact doing. And he said, you know, so why are you doing this? You know, what's the big goal? So when you tell that organization, that foundation, why are you doing this? You know, what's the big goal that you're trying to go after? The big thing for us is the underemployment rate, which sounds crazy, right? But once again, we thought about it even more. It affects women, it affects minorities, it affects veterans, it affects young people more than anybody else, right? Because everybody knows that smart person that went to college that doesn't have a job right now. Everybody knows that veteran that's worked hard for this country that needs another opportunity and being able to have more opportunity. So we know those folks. We know those folks every single day, and that's what we work so hard for. So what do we do? You know, so we get some people who have been here a couple times and they say, so what exactly do you do? Do people play ping pong all day until they get tired and they get on their laptop and drink espresso until they get tired and they play and sleep on the hammocks? No, we're about 3 really core phases. One is people development. So we really want to develop the 21st century vocational center that's outside of your traditional college and university system. So that's all the web development, mobile development, that's the CAD design, that's electronics, that's creating this community of people that are just making stuff and feeling like they can make it, feeling like they can innovate and feel like they can do great things. And how do we foster that? So some through our classes. So we do a lot of classes. We do Antonio. Antonio, raise your hand for us. Yeah. Yeah, so Antonio is our chief operating officer, and Antonio has been with me since the beginning, right? So it was me and him just I actually met him on Twitter too, so I don't know how that ends up happening. I meet people online. But met Antonio online, and we both just vibed over the same vision of trying to make the world a better place, but using technology. And one of the things about Antonio that stuck out to me is he was talking about finance. He was talking about business models, and he also would respond to me at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I had somebody to talk to. So we developed a great relationship, and he's been tremendous in us moving forward. So our second phase is our workforce development. So we're doing our first pilot of this workforce development piece that we're beyond excited about. So we have 90 students that we are in fact working with right now, working 25 hours a week on certification stuff like you're building a computer, A+ and Network Plus if you're a tech person. But really these certifications that are industry-wide and industry recognized to make sure folks can in fact get an opportunity in those entry-level ways. But we also know that, hey, we want to also, in fact, teach them the jobs of the future, which is the web development, the mobile development, and all those things. So we have 90 students, which is crazy. It's hard, especially when you talk about all the other external factors. But Melvin, can you raise your hand for us? So Melvin is actually at our second location at the Trinity United Church of Christ, I'm sorry. I get that right. And so that's our second location. So we wanted to see, hey, can we expand outside of these boundaries, and can we bring folks in, and can we in fact engage more in neighborhoods and communities? So that So what they're also doing is in this 30 hours a week, they're also building mobile and web applications for small businesses, nonprofits, and other organizations so they can develop that digital portfolio. So one of the things that we updated on Facebook today is that 60 of our students, in fact, have developed a mobile app in partnership with what we're doing with Microsoft, which is exciting. They deployed it to the App Store today, and that's some of the great things that we're able to do. So that's our workforce development. We want to provide apprenticeships, internships. We want to develop that digital portfolio so someone can go to that employer and say, you know what, this is all that I've done. You know, don't worry about where I'm from. Don't worry about what school I went to. Just worry about what I've done, and I'm damn good at that. And that's really important for us. Yes, sir. So our last phase is our business.